He was dead.
Oh. Okay, so what do we think for this week?
Okay, so you know the shot, they do it in both Bad Boys movies, where the camera moves in kind of a circle around them and they stand up into the frame.
In slow motion.
Yeah, and the music.
Yes.
We think
Yes, both of them.
that should be a part of it.
Yes.
So do you think you can make that shot happen?
I could.
What's that mean?
I don't want to be like rude or anything, but like, you guys are kind of old,
Old? Listen, I listen to podcasts and shop at Trader Joe's.
And I'm wearing a shirt that has flamingos on it.
I can take my glasses off.
This is hip as hell.
I mean, we can give it a go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tavern Talk by Initial Reaction. I'm Philip, and Danner's back.
Hey, I'm here.
You're here, yeah.
They let me out.
From where?
That's too much.
Okay.
Let's go.
So yeah, it is this. I'm glad you're here for this one.
I know, because
Because what?
you're kind of my ride or die.
Right. I was gonna say I remember being 16 in 2003,
And our parents let us go see Bad Boys.
Bad Boys 2, and it was
No supervision.
It was kind of life-changing.
It
in
was
a way.
life-changing.
It was like the best action movie I'd ever seen up until that. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen.
Yes, there was like killing a Klansman, and we saw it in a small rural town. That probably offended a ton of the audience. And I also remember thinking, like, we're getting to see a rated R movie.
Right.
And it was so, I remember my
There was
mind being
ecstasy, and I was like, "Oh, that's real." Nelly,
Murphy Lee,
yeah,
and Diddy.
all the lunatics, and plus Diddy.
I shook my tail feathers through that whole movie.
So here's the thing: we're talking about Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life. It's been 17 years since the second movie, which
Sorry, that hit me hard.
I know, right? But I guess the first thing we should mention then is that there is no Shake Your Tail Feather.
No, the soundtrack is nowhere near what it was in Bad Boys 2 because there's nothing.
So you know how we
it's a
just said it's
score.
17 years later?
Yes.
We just re-emphasized how old we were with that. It's not like it used to be.
It did. Who thought when you were 16 you'd be arguing about more rap music in movies?
I just need more Nelly. We need more Nelly in general
That's
these
true.
days, But anyway, so getting past that disappointment,
Right.
overall initial reaction, we just came out of Bad Boys for Life. What did you think?
I had a blast.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was energetic and enjoyable and full of
Yeah.
explosions and all the Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry. No, easy. Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
And Uncle Marcus.
I'm so happy Martin Lawrence is back. I mean, I don't know if he necessarily went anywhere, but I feel like I haven't seen him on the big screen in a good long time. I know he was in The Beach Bum early last year, but that was like
The what?
The Beach Bum. Matthew McConaughey, Harmony Korine. Anyway,
The only people more excited about him being back than you are his creditors. So, I mean, where has he been? No.
I want to say real quick before I'm going to screw up these names anyway. Michael Bay directed the first two. He's not back for this one, but you might still get a peek. Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah. They are a directing duo, and they took on this one, and they kind of like pay homage to Bay in kind of his style, like they shoot Miami very much like he did in the first two, but this feels more compact and like streamlined than any of the more recent Bay movies.
I agree. And so one of my biggest critiques of Six Underground is I felt like somebody watched a Michael Bay movie and said, I want to make a Michael Bay movie. So when I saw this coming out, I was terrified that they were going to do that. And they didn't. They did a great job of, there was a couple of hero shots.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're right. We were confined. It was camera was character driven, if that's a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't as much. Miami still had its personality, but this was a movie about our main characters, and it was driven by them more than the cars, the setting, the guns.
Yeah.
And so it was
yeah, it's like when they do have the big action scenes, there aren't as many as probably Michael Bay would have shoved in there, but when we have them, like there's a specific car chase in the middle of the movie that is like,
oh, it's legit.
Where they're in the motorcycle.
Oh, the motorcycle. It took me back to Batman and Robin with Chris O'Donnell on his motorcycle.
Which is what they were going for.
Exactly. They had to have been.
Yeah.
There's way too much neon on motorcycles not to be going for it. But I thought it was great that we weren't in Mike's Ferrari or Porsche, whatever it was, spinning corners. You got that at the beginning.
Yeah.
It paid homage to Bad Boys 2 with that. But then you got in these motorcycles, and Martin Lawrence is throwing in comedic line after comedic line. And it was great. It was great. It was compact, and I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, they just added a different dimension to it, and while we're talking about adding dimensions, they really play up the age of Mike and Marcus in this one. Like, they're not shying away from the fact they're in their 50s, and Martin Lawrence is having grandchildren, and Mike is having to deal with, they acknowledge that he's always been kind of this guy obsessed with killing, and like what motivates that, and why does he put aside everything in his life to be a cop when he didn't necessarily have to be a cop because he's a trust fund kid. And we know all this stuff from the first two movies, but this one kind of unexpectedly digs into why he is motivated to live that lifestyle.
I will tell you, one of the distracting things for me was playing on to Martin's age a little too much at times. The bathrobe, kicking the feet up. There was some really funny parts, but at times I was like, okay, let's get the joke.
I did like that bit, the cut back and forth between the two. But yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Can I ask you, what religion is Martin's character in this movie? He's a Buddhist, Christian, Karmatic, Hindu. I'm sorry. It was just something to me that I was like, this guy's four religions, and I can't keep up. But go ahead.
Martin Lawrence's character?
Yes.
He just, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. He just really wants God to help him out in these situations. There's someone to lean on.
He's read a lot of self-help.
He's read a lot. Okay. Yeah, there was no woosah.
There was no
I expected to get a woosah.
I will tell you that. I appreciate that we did not rely on old jokes constantly.
It's
there
true.
Was some new humor in it.
And it was, like, I was kind of worried, like, with them being older, because Bad Boys is always that franchise that Will Smith kind of let loose in, and just like didn't have to play up to his PG-13 persona.
Well, because he didn't have to cuss to sell records.
Will Smith don't got to cuss in his raps to sell records. Well, I do, so him and you too.
No, but this was the kind of the one he could let loose in,
right?
And so I was wondering if because they were older it would feel a little softer. Nope. No. And some of the violence is insane. You expect that from the Bad Boys movies, but like. They even amp it up a little. I don't know necessarily. There's not corpses flying out of the backs of cars.
No.
But there is some stuff. There are some death scenes that are like, oh, okay.
A man gets impaled on a forklift.
Yeah. We'll just go ahead and put that out there. Like, you can expect that going into this.
Yes.
But no, I mean, I'm trying to think of other stuff. You're right. We joked about the music at the beginning, but it really didn't rely on a lot of callbacks or anything. There was a tracking shot that went past some rats that I appreciated. I thought it was really funny.
So I thought it was beautiful how in Bad Boys 2 they shot Cuba and they shot Miami, in two cities that get mixed up, I think, in movies a lot.
Yeah.
Havana. Michael Bay did a great job of separating those, where Johnny Tabby is at and where our heroes are at. I thought it was wonderful how they shot Miami here, and it's beautiful and it's modern. And then they didn't go to like Mexico City and shoot the modern aspects. They shot old Mexico.
That's
and
true.
It was gorgeous.
It did. It looked really good overall. Yeah. It looked really sharp. There were a few spots where you could tell it was like stunt doubles.
Yes, or green screen in the car.
The green screen in the car was rough.
Yeah.
But it's been 17 years. The budget's not as high. I'm just trying to think, like, we were 16 in 03 when that second one came out. We were prime audience.
Yeah.
We were the target audience for that movie, and I think we just ate it up. And then with this, it ages appropriately,
yes.
but I still had like it took me back at the same time.
Yeah.
Like it felt appropriate for their age, but it still took me back to that. I guess it's just their chemistry.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
I just really enjoyed it. Like it's so much fun, and you kind of expect a January release for an aged franchise to just kind of be crap, but it's not.
No,
I enjoyed it.
I thought it was wonderful.
It's much better than I expected it to be. I'm so happy that it was so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Anything else that comes to mind?
No, I had a blast. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought it aged well. I do want to know why we can de-age Al Pacino and Joe Pesci, but yet we cannot get movie photographs to look like they are actual real photographs.
know.
Why is that something we can't have?
During the movie, there's a picture of Will Smith when he's supposed to be younger than he is in the first Bad Boys, and he looks older than he is in the second Bad
Yes,
Boys. And we're
it's,
just like, what is happening? Not that you look like you've aged at all, Mr.
Yeah,
Smith.
if you're watching,
because
this,
you're probably
thank
watching
you.
this too.
Thank you. No,
All right.
I thought it was great. You?
Yeah, no, I loved it. I had a lot of fun with it. So, as you know, star rating out of 5 stars, what would you give Bad Boys for Life?
I'm gonna go 4
Yeah.
out of 5, and my 5 are just a little bit of hangups on some other things,
Yeah.
some setting and things, CGI. So 4 out of 5, extremely solid movie.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm gonna go 3.5, and I only do 3.5 because the story, like, it's kind of like run-of-the-mill cop revenge stuff, but it does so well with the characters, and it focuses in on their motivation, and the character work is really well done, surprisingly well done here. But no, I mean, I liked it overall. I would definitely recommend seeing it on the big screen. I assume you would.
Oh, without
do the
a
same.
doubt, yes.
Yeah, it's definitely.
See it in a crowd too.
Yeah.
We saw it in a small crowd, and some of the laughs I felt awkward. Go see it in a big crowd. The laughs play wonderful.
Yeah. Like I said, Martin is back in full force in this movie, and I just ate up every minute of it. I really enjoyed it. But no, thank you for watching. Like we said, definitely check out Bad Boys for Life. If you are near a movie tavern, definitely check out the movie at a movie tavern near you. Thank you for checking us out. Be sure and subscribe and like and hit the notification bell so that when we upload a new review, which we try to do every week, you'll get notified. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Movie Tavern, and we'll see you next week.
Love you guys.
Wow.
Well, there's the.